Hi, it's Sharon with Soups and So On. Today we're going to talk turkey. Thanksgiving is just around the corner for me here. And I don't know when you'll watch this, but I was on a walk the other morning with my neighbor and she said, Sharon, are you going to video how you make your turkey? And I got to thinking about it and I thought, yeah, I need to do that, but if I do it, I need to get on the ball. So I want to show you how I have been making a turkey for over 50 years, I think. And I love this because it totally frees up the oven. I do it outside on the grill. And I have a Weber charcoal grill, the kettle kind, the big, looks like a big kettle. And I set the coals up. I have two chimneys, two of those chimneys that you start your coals with. And I have two of those filled. And then when they get hot, I dump them out on each side of the grill. And then I put the turkey in the center so that the vents open on the bottom, on the top. It's really just like an oven effect. And it does a wonderful job. And like I said before, it frees up the oven, which is really great. But what I do before, this is a stick of butter that I have softened, and on this cutting board I have some thyme and some rosemary. I've pulled them off the stem and given them a chop, and this is garlic, and I mean a ton of garlic. There's probably 2 or 3 heaping tablespoons of crushed garlic. It's actually 2 of the elephant. It's the elephant type garlic, and it's enormous cloves. So I'm gonna mix these 3 items in with this softened butter. And I used to use it just like this, but a few times of getting your hands in this and trying to do what I do with it, it is a disaster. It's a mess. So what I started doing a few years ago, and it works, is after I mix this, I kind of form it into a little log and put it back in the refrigerator and let it harden. Magically, I have another one done over here. Now and here's my turkey back here, and I didn't get a real big one. What I do, this is a pretty small one, because I'm just gonna freeze this, and I use turkey all the time. I love to make a turkey because I use it for tacos, enchiladas, soups, casseroles, sandwiches. So I love a turkey. I'm a little disappointed because this skin is broken, and I'll tell you why that's important to me. I've washed it, I've patted it dry as much as possible, and what I'm gonna start doing is I am gonna try to loosen this skin between the meat. I'm just gonna get my fingers up there carefully and break those little membranes that it kind of attaches the skin to the meat. And this is not being real cooperative, but I do it really gently so as to not to break this skin. And like I said before, I've got broken skin back here that I'm not happy with, that the bird came that way. Okay, now you can see that my hand goes pretty far back into that bird. I've loosened the skin. And what I'm gonna do is this bird butter, here's the herb butter that I made yesterday, and put it in the refrigerator to harden. I'm just gonna take little slices of this. Before I came on this idea, I was trying to spread that melted butter back in here, and it was a disaster. But I take these little pieces of this herbed butter that I fixed, and I put it between the skin and the meat. Just pack it in there, a lot of it. Stuff it way back in there, trying not to break the skin, although it's not going to be so important with this one because the skin came broken. Doesn't matter, I don't think. It'll still work, but just continue stuffing this herbed butter all down inside that turkey, and yes, there's a lot of it. But that's what makes it so good, and when I take it out of the grill, which I will show you later, the skin is so crispy and delicious. And I've had a lot of people say, how long do you leave it on the grill? I don't know. You know that commercial on TV, set it and forget it? I just stick it out there. Sometimes Thanksgiving has, landed on a Sunday, and I've got my turkey ready and put it out there before I leave. And after a while, the coals burn out anyway, so it's not going to burn. I've never had one burn. They just turn out perfect. So after it's done, I just leave it out there until we're ready to eat. And then I bring it in, of course, a little while before that. I should have probably had this sliced beforehand, but I'm gonna wind this up pretty quickly because I've got a lot in here. But I'm gonna stick it down here, way down in the sides, wherever I can get it. You get the idea. Now another thing I do with my turkey, this is a little bowl here that has a half an apple, it has a couple stalks of celery, it's got onion, celery, onion, and apple, and I just dump it right into that cavity. I like the flavor it gives the turkey. Oh, I missed a spot. I love the flavor that when all those veggies and that apple cook, I just love the flavor. Okay, that's in there. Now I'm gonna salt and pepper this bird like crazy. And I rarely use a shaker. However, I want to tell you right now that in doing this, touching this turkey, putting my hand down in this salt, this will go in the trash if I don't use it all. I'm not going to, cross-contaminate. Lots of pepper, lots of salt, and of course, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I love this Cavender's Greek seasoning. So that's going to go all over and inside. I need to get the back side. So I'll just finish seasoning this up real good, and then I'll get back with you in a second. Okay, I need to get this out on the grill. I think my coals are very hot. I have a little wire rack that just happens to fit down. I always buy these from the dollar store, and I double it in case, sometimes they're flimsy. But I always buy these. I really don't like cleaning up a turkey pan or roaster. So this can be thrown away after I get the juices out. I'm gonna set this turkey in there. Back here, I have a humongous piece of foil. Fold this together, get it really tight, and just cover up this bird with this foil. Crimp it in there pretty tightly. And it's ready to go out to the grill. This morning started out a disaster. First of all, I forgot that I got a notice about a week or two ago that they're going to turn our water off today from about 8 till noon. So lovely. I have no water. Then I made my morning smoothie, my kefir smoothie. I was in a hurry and I tipped over my Vitamix blender container. So my smoothie, all but about 1/4 of a cup of it, went down the cupboards, pooled in the floor, and I had to stop and clean that up with no water. So it's been a fun morning. Okay, here's what my grill looks like. These two big chimneys, and I'm going to dump them. I dumped those coals out on either side, set the turkey there in the middle of the grill. I'm gonna put the lid on, come back in about 4 hours. Okay, I just brought this baby in from outside on the grill. It's been a little over 3.5 hours and I haven't looked at it, haven't checked it. So we're gonna look at this together right now. Hopefully it got done and hopefully it's all that I expect it to be. Here comes the moment of truth. Yep, just as beautiful as always. Oh my goodness. It looks, can you see how beautiful that is? A little over 3.5 hours. There's a lot of broth down there. It's literally, looks like it's falling off the bone, tender. Can't wait to taste it. I wish you could taste it. But give it a try sometime, but it is delicious. It's moist, it's tender, and like I said before, it frees up the oven. And I got to thinking about it. You know the herb butter that I use? Can you imagine what that butter would taste like over a steak that you do in a cast iron skillet and throw that in there over a steak? So there's a lot of ways you can use that herb butter that I used on this. But I think we need to at least slice a little bit here. That's a pretty, oh my goodness, it looks so moist. It looks and smells wonderful. Yep, it is delicious. And you may think it's just overpowered with garlic. It's not. So give this a try. I hope I gave you enough time to do it. Plan to do it this way for Thanksgiving or Christmas or anytime. Turkey's good anytime. This will be tacos, this will be enchiladas, this will be sandwiches. So until next time, it's Sharon with Soups and So On. And have a really good turkey day with your family. Give me a thumbs up and press that little subscribe button. Thanks.